Hi everybody. Hi Layton. Hi Mom. Hi. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's ready for today's read aloud. I'm excited about it. How are you doing? Couple quick things I want to tell you before we get started. I redid the schedule for Star of the Week, so you can find that on Homeroom. So if you haven't had a chance to do questions and answers yet, you are on the Homeroom schedule right now. And then also starting next week, we are going to do Star of the Week share on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we can finish a little bit sooner because I have a couple other ideas for class meetings for the very end of the year. So we will be wrapping up our Star of the Week in a couple weeks here. And just to get through those, we'll go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting next week. So this week we'll do actually Thursday and Friday, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after that. And then we've got some other things to do for our class meetings there at the end. So wanted to let you guys know about that. And then otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started with the read aloud. I'm glad you're great. And it's nice to see you guys too. And today I'm reading you a book, and I'm going to ask you a question. And the question is going to sound a little bit weird. The question is, what if the story of the three little pigs, so we all are familiar with that story, what if that story took place under the ocean or in the ocean, deep in the ocean? How would that change of the setting, like going in a whole different place, how would that change the story? So we all know the story of the three little pigs, but it would be weird if that was underwater. And we're going to find out how that change of setting is going to change the story. First of all, the characters are going to have to change because pigs and wolves can't live underwater. And so the story I'm going to read to you today is The Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. So we can tell right away there's one big change, is that the characters are going to have to be different. And then I want you to be thinking too, like try to make predictions on what else might change as I'm reading this. So so this is a fun book to read. You'll see all kinds of like playing around with the words and making them larger. And it's a fun book. Okay, The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Shark. So I like how they made his teeth, the words there. You'll see a lot of things like that in this book. It's fun. Once upon a time, there lived a mama fish and her three little fish, Jim, Tim, and Kim. It is now time, said the mama, for each of you to make a home in the deep blue sea. So off they went. This book's a little bit wide, so bear with me here. The first little fish, named Jim, swam away and met a seahorse playing in some seaweed. Can I have some of the seaweed so I can build a house? Take as much as you can carry, said the seahorse. Jim gathered the seaweed and made a weedy little house. So there's his house. So think about what you know about the original story and how that house is going to hold up. Jim had just finished building his seaweed house when he heard the big bad shark knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in. The little fish trembled and replied, not by the skin on my finny fin fin. Then I'll munch and I'll crunch and I'll smash your house in, roared the shark. So definitely kind of the same, but yet very different. So the big bad shark munched and he crunched and he ate every bit of that seaweed house. And Jim swam away just in time. Soon, Jim found his brother Tim and said, don't worry, Jim, we fish stick together. You can help me build a sandy little house. So what do you think is going to happen to the sand house? Jim and Tim had just started to relax in the sandy little house when the big bad shark came knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in. To which the little brave fish replied, "Not by the skin of my finny fin fin. Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in," roared the shark. So the big bad shark munched and he crunched until he got a sandy mouthful and the house crumbled. And Jim and Tim swam and swam. Until they reached their sister, Kim. Kim was setting up her house. Think about where she would be. Kim was setting up her house in an old wooden ship. The big bad shark destroyed our houses. "Don't worry, you can live with me," said Kim. And they did. The three little fish had just finished lunch when they heard the big bad shark knocking at their door. Little fish, let me come in." To which the smart fish replied, "Not by the skin of my finny fin fin. Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in," roared the shark. Hope you guys can see that okay. The big bad shark munched and crunched, but he could not smash the house in. And all of his teeth fell out. It's not what I was expecting. And the three little fish were safe at last. And I love this final picture because the shark now has to eat seaweed. And that's the end. It's definitely different. Takes a different twist than it did on the original story, but I like it. Again, the big point of this is if the setting is really important to the book, because if the setting changes, you've got to change an awful lot. Sometimes you have to change an awful lot of the story. So thank you for coming. I want to remind you that at 1:00, I have Eli today, and 1:10 is Zachary, 1:20 is Braley, 1:30 is Molly, 1:40 is Jessamy, and 1:50 is Ella. So just a reminder if you're here for our times. And then also I'm going to just hop on Google Meet for a few minutes. So if you have any questions for me, I'll be on there for about 5 or 10 minutes if anybody wants to hop on and ask a question. And Jacob, if you are here, I have a quick question for you. So if you could hop on there, I'd appreciate it. And that's it. I hope you're enjoying your Pop-Tart. That sounds delicious. Okay. Boys and girls, I will see you soon. I will see you officially on Thursday on Google Meet, and then tomorrow will be another fun read aloud. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you so much for coming. All right, it's always good to hear from you. All right, I miss you.